here with Senior Wade Council to preview the 2020 Concordia baseball season. And as we sit here, the season opener's scheduled for only a few weeks away. I know in your first few seasons in the program, there's been a good deal of success with a couple conference championships, and you've gotten to play at the national tournament and win a couple games. Is that maybe a little bit surprising to you when you look back at coming into the program and what you thought maybe was possible?
No, I don't think it's surprising at all. I remember when my dad and I were driving home from my visit, he looked at me and he said, "Man, Dupic is going to win a couple conference championships at your time here if you decide to come here." So, I mean, I kind of always had that thought coming in, and that made it a lot easier to make my decision knowing that I'd be playing for such a successful coach and just someone who knows the way, I guess.
The program went from first place in 17 to sixth place and back to first place last year. What had to happen maybe to get back to the top again last year?
I think we just had to have a different type of player leadership. 2 years ago, I don't want to say we didn't have any. It was just not the level we needed it to be. And last year, the senior class really stepped up with guys like Logan Ryan and Tanner Wahab. They kind of just knew what they wanted as far as a legacy standpoint, what they wanted to leave here. They kind of just took that and ran with it. I mean, it was easy to follow those guys. So I think that helps with our success for sure.
I think you're certainly looked at as one of those leaders. Even if you weren't last year, I think you have to be now as a senior. But what are some of your responsibilities just in that role?
I guess kind of just make sure the guys are all aligned on the same page. Before the season, the senior class met, and we kind of decided what we wanted to set for our culture. And the two main things were family and continuous improvement. So kind of my job, I guess, is to make sure the younger guys understand what that means, and I guess just showing them a positive example on how to do it.
You touched a little bit on how impressed you were with Coach Dupic in the recruiting process, but what are some of the things that you've admired about him and that maybe have helped prop this program up to where it's been?
He's definitely the best leader you could ask for in a coach. I mean, he doesn't just say what he says to say it. I mean, he lives it out too. It's not just players who live the family and continuous improvement. It's Coach Dupic and the rest of the coaching staff who does it too. And I guess just having that consistent leader leading us the whole time makes it a lot more comfortable for us to fall in line and kind of do what we're supposed to do and take care of the things we need to.
Looking back quick again at last year's team won 15 games in a row to start conference play. What was it like kind of being part of that? This program had never won that many games in a row.
It was so much fun. We started out a little slow going down to Oklahoma and Tucson and not playing our best ball, but I remember the first weekend at Oklahoma, they were 5th in the nation at the time, I think, and we actually won a game down there, and that was just huge for our confidence. It kind of just showed us that we can play on that stage, play on that level, and take it. And then we brought that same kind of confidence into GPAC play, and we kind of just stuck to what we believed in, we stuck to our values, and that just helped us maintain our consistency.
You've been rewarded with a role as a right fielder and leadoff hitter. What do you see with how this lineup right now is maybe coming together, even though you're not really necessarily on a field yet?
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. We have a lot of young talent. The freshman classes, they impressed me the first couple weeks of school. When we had our first practices at the field, they definitely impressed me with how they came, their work ethic, and just the, I guess, ability to perform on the field. And then everybody else who's had a role in the past, they seem to be committed to a role, and that's kind of the secret to winning, I think.
I know a big part of the success was the pitching staff too last year. Maybe you're still available if they need you as a pitcher, but how impressed have you been with the way that group goes about their business?
They're something special. They know how to lead themselves and kind of just do it all by themselves. Not by themselves, but Dubik's definitely there to guide them, but they definitely take more of the responsibility and ownership of their success and their process.
What's maybe something that you'd like to see happen for the program that you haven't done the past few years?
One goal we talked about was not only winning the GPAC outright, which is the main goal, but after that we really want to win the conference tournament and get that banner, something we've never done before. And then our third goal, I guess, is to win the regional that we make it to and make it to the World Series.
What's maybe the most fun that you've had so far playing baseball at Concordia? Maybe it's not even one specific moment, but just one aspect of being part of the program.
Last year we beat Doane 6 times, so that was pretty fun. I guess the whole year last year was just start to finish. It was a blast. I mean, we were a team that was just special. We had a special connection. We had special talent. We had special culture, and I think that's something we learned from last year and brought again this year. So it's definitely exciting moving forward.
And being from Colorado, how did you find out about Concordia, and what ultimately did influence you to want to be here?
So I went to high school with Josh Prater, who was a senior here when I was a freshman, and he kind of helped Dubik recruit me. And then basically how I found out is Dubik just called me and he said, "Hey, I've seen you. I know your high school coach. He's talked to me about you. We want you to play outfield." And that was big for me because every other school just wanted me to pitch, and I didn't really want to pitch. So hearing Dubik saying that I could play outfield was kind of the game over decider on how I came here.
Now, you have a couple of rings, right, for winning conference championship. Do you ever wear those around just for the fun of it? Or?
I wear them like around Christmas time for pictures, kind of just to show them off a little bit. But more often than not, they're just sitting in front of my TV here at my house, kind of just use them as a little extra motivator. Know that we can do it.
What do you guys think of preseason polls? They're probably maybe not even discussed much, but you guys are number one right now to start the season in the conference.
It's definitely exciting to get some love from outside coaches, from outside opponents, but at the same time, like, we haven't done anything yet, so we need to back it up. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm excited that they see us as a threat, but I use it as motivation too, to make sure we're on the same page and working towards the common goal.